There we go. What's up, my friends? How's it going? I figured I owed at least one video while I was out here. I'm in just such a beautiful spot. I just wanted to stop and say hi to everybody and make a quick video. I walked down off the main road. And so I'm up here at Hood Canal, which is a location up, let's just say north of Portland, Oregon, and south of Seattle, okay? Hood Canal is, well, this whole area up here, up through Seattle, it's just loaded with bays and inlets and all the different terms for various bodies of water, which are salt water and whatnot. This place I'm at right here, you know, rolls with the tides, yet I'm still about an hour away from the beach. And I don't know how far you can see, but off down into the distance, it's just miles and miles of just beautiful, beautiful landscape. And, you know, coming out here just always, it doesn't matter exactly where I go, what location, where I stay. It's all about just being here, you know, and getting out and getting away from home. And when I was younger, of course, I did a lot of camping with my dad and really built a reverence for nature, for the woods, for the desert. Didn't really go to the beach a whole lot. So even though I'm not really at the beach right now, I'm basically, this is what I consider to be the beach, I guess, but it's more of like a lake, if you will. And I was sitting there this morning thinking of how we were trying to figure out somewhere to go. And we're up near the Olympic National Forest, and I love that area, so we went up and we looked around some old logging roads and forestry roads and stuff, and eventually stopped at this one location. It's just a random spot, and just went on a hike by some power lines, like where the path went up, and followed them. And it was just great, you know. It doesn't have to be anything super spectacular, because half an hour from there we had Cushman Lake, which is just gorgeous, and that's where we stayed a couple months ago. But I guess what I'm getting at here is that it's about a change of scenery, that novelty of doing something different, and just getting away from the norm, you know, the regular old, same old, same old. But when I was sitting there in the house and looking out at this beautiful scene, because this is the scene I have off the back deck, you know, it's right on the water, the place we rented, and rather than staying in a yurt or camping like we used to, you know, we're willing to pay a little bit to rent a place to feel comfortable. And I was sitting here thinking about how I used to be so damn frugal, and I still am. I don't spend very much money on things for myself. I don't buy extravagant things. My cell phone's been broken for a year. I don't really buy new things, but there have been times in my life where I was, say, making good money, and I would buy more stuff, but it was usually like one more LP or something. But it's hard for me to spend money doing fun things. I'm always the one who doesn't want to buy a bracelet at the fair because it's just too much money, you know. And when I look back, the only advice I can give to people who may be younger or any age, you know, who are like that, who are frugal like that, don't stop yourself from having fun. Go out and enjoy it. Rent a place. Rent the boat. Get the canoe, you know. Do the extra thing, you know, for yourself to have fun, because that's what life really, in the end, is about. It's about experiences and enjoying it. And the feeling that I get from being in a place like this, you know, it's priceless, you know. Having a couple $100 left in the bank, it's just, what's the difference, you know? It's money that will just get spent on something frugal, something stupid, something bill-related, you know. It's just, I love nature. I love being out in it, but I don't have to actually be in the middle of the woods, you know. I could be in a place like this where there's a winery right down where we're at. I'm going to show you. I'll try to show the scene. So, this is the road right up here, but down here we have these houses. There's a couple houses from the left side there. It's like the one right next to the one with the smoke coming out over there is the one we're staying in. And then this whole area is just a beautiful spot. I mean, what can you say? It's like my wife was like, she goes, "So, how would you rate this beauty?" And I said, 7.6 out of 10. She's like, I find that to be an accurate assessment. It was funny, you know. There is a certain level of beauty, you know, and I think 7.6 is about right for this one too. I just love it. I love watching things, the way that the light bounces off the water, and the way that, you know, there was a sea lion coming by earlier. We were checking them out. And my son, my 7-year-old, he says, "Hey, Papa, why did we stop there? That was pointless." Because we were on this forest road, and we stopped for a minute to at this gate, because I went mushroom hunting just to see what was out there for a minute, and came back and drove around the little loop and back out on the road. And he goes, "Well, that was pointless." And I said, no, everything has a point. I was like, if you look at the big picture, it's all pointless. But everything matters. And right then we drove around a corner, and there was 3 or 4 deer, like right in the big ass deer, right in the middle of the road. And they casually did their thing and wandered off. And I said, that is why we stopped. Sometimes you just don't know. So I'd leave with one more piece of advice besides get out and do it. I would say, when you're traveling, if you're like me and you do road trips, stop everywhere. It's so easy to get caught up in wanting to get there, and I've always been that way. I'm always in a hurry, you know, just to get there. And not only that, but once I get there, it's about, you know, well, where are we going to go hike, or what are we going to do? And it's not always that big of a deal, but it's, well, that was weird. I just knocked something down there in the hollows. It's okay to, you know, be restless humans that we are. You know, we have a hard time relaxing, calming down as humans. And what do you expect, you know? I mean, look at the environment that we're put into, but it's okay to, like, just be, and to just sit with your legs up and relax. And it's really hard to do. And sometimes that means relaxing along the way too, and stopping at each place that you get to. I mean, like, there's some really cool places out there that are just these little parks, little local parks that I'd never been to, that I ran into while I was like, well, this time let's just stop here for once. And it turned out to be the coolest damn place. And it's close, you know? So, anyway, enough of my rambling. I just wanted to share some of this beauty and a few traveling tips. So I'll talk to y'all later, and have a